Hello and welcome. Today is the very first video that I am creating for 2017, and I thought what better way to do it than to talk to you, my community about the 3 ways I stay on top of my goals, which I did mention I would share with you in my last newsletter. So I'm putting myself out there and getting out there on video, so I hope you enjoy this video and would love some feedback. So in my last newsletter, I did mention that I wanted to share 3 tips on how I stay on top of my goals. Last year was a very big year for me, but to be honest, I probably would say I achieved all of my goals that I had set out to do. With that takes a bit of working within myself and I guess work with other people. But it has been a really amazing journey, 2016, and I'm super ready for 2017, so I hope you are too. So I wanted to share, like I mentioned, my 3 tips on how to stay on top of your goals for 2017. Now, I do understand that everybody is different, so it doesn't necessarily mean that what works for me is going to work for you, but I want you just to take what you can from it and see how you go. So the first tip for me, and one of my non-negotiables, is working on myself. Working on myself is absolute key for me. Without my own personal development, I wouldn't have achieved my goals for 2016. So yes, kinesiology is probably the one thing that I do, again, non-negotiable for me. I do it regularly. Sometimes it's pretty much once a month, if not more, depending on what my goal is. But there are also other things that I use as well. I work with my business coach, who I mentioned in my last newsletter, Janine Howard, who really does support me and help me through my business journey. She keeps me accountable and helps me understand all the things that perhaps I am not 100% good at, or things that I need some support on. So she also helps me, so that's a great way for me to grow and develop my business. And there's other modalities. It doesn't have to be kinesiology. It can be whatever other modalities, whatever works for you. But one thing I said is that I don't compromise is personal development. So you need to find something that works for you, that's going to allow you to stay on top of your goals. And it's not just goals, it's also staying on top of my health. So for me, with kinesiology, it does help me stay on top of my goals, my health, because what it does, it helps me understand and taps into my subconscious mind to find out where there are emotional blockages that are stopping me from moving forward to achieving my goals. And that's not just on an emotional level, but it's also on a physical, mental, and emotional level. So I'm really healthy throughout the year because I'm actually working through any stress that's coming up in my body. So it's like this, it's an effect that everybody, when you're mentally, physically, and emotionally well, then everything in life ticks along nicely. So just to recap, number 1 is work on your own personal development. Find what works for you, whether it's kinesiology, whether it's any other modality that you think works, whether it's engaging in some sort of support, whether it's a business coach or a life coach, or whether it's a naturopath. That's one thing that I would highly recommend, so that you stay on top and you're ready to conquer anything that you're out to achieve. The second one is setting my intention and visualizing my goals. This is one thing I do on a daily basis. I know what my day is going to look like, but I also set my intention. My intention is, so if I have a big goal that I want to achieve, like putting out a new challenge or some content I want to get out, I'll always set my intention for the day. So what is it that I want to achieve? So if it's writing content for the challenge, I will set my intention and say, today my intention is I'm going to get this amount of content done, and it's going to look like this. And then I visualize my goal, what I want it to look like. And there's a way that I do that, and this is a option that you can do. Visualizing your goal allows you to actually hold what's called frontal occipital holding. Now it's just holding your hand on your forehead and your hand on your back of your head. Now this just allows you it's really good for rational thinking, creative thinking, allowing you to visualize what it is that you want. So really, it's important for you to actually visualize how you want your goal to look. But I don't want you to focus on the outcome. I want you to focus on the feeling. So when you achieve your goal, what does that look like? How are you going to achieve it? What's it going to look like at the end? And I know I've mentioned not worrying about the outcome, about the feelings, but I want you to really tap into how that's going to look and feel, and make you feel when you've achieved it and how you're going to get there. So close your eyes, hold the top of your head and the back of your head, and just visualize how you want it to turn out. Play a little movie in your head, or whatever it is that's going to help. But that visualization piece is really important. Number 3 is EFT tapping, emotional freedom technique. Now this is a really, really powerful tool, but I'm not going to go into too much detail about this, and because I want to do a separate video on this. This is going to be a resource that you can have to reach any of your goals or really manifest what it is that you really want. So how it works, I won't exactly go into too much detail, but it's the whole, what it's known for is actually is a technique that allows you to overcome negative belief systems, negative emotional thought patterns, that then allows you to think clearly and really give you some positive thought patterns for you to be able to move forward. It actually diffuses any negativity in your goal. So if you've got a goal, a financial goal, for instance, that you want to save or you want to earn a certain amount of money, then there's certain points that we would tap on. We would say a statement and we would clear any negativity around that statement that may be holding you back. So you could feel like, oh, I'm not good enough to earn that sort of money, or I'm not good enough to save, or I can't save. What we'll do is we tap on certain points and we say a statement, and then what we do by doing that is just diffusing any negative thought patterns that we may have, so then it's more of a positive one. So they are 3 things that allow me to stay on top of my goals throughout my year. I hope they've been helpful. The EFT one, I will be sharing more on that very soon, so I'd love for you to stay tuned. I'd love to hear any feedback about this video, or even any feedback about how you achieved your goal for 2016, or any advice you like for achieving your goals in 2017. Thank you for being here, and I look forward to seeing you in the next video.